you. So you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. See, I got a problem with this. Everybody saying we love Jesus. But then when you tick me off, you ready to tell me off. You don't like what I say, so you ready to be disrespectful to me. You don't love Jesus. Because if you love Jesus, he said that we'll know that people will know that we are disciples because we love one another. You will respect me and I will respect you. See, when we don't respect one another, we don't love God. Did y'all see that? He said, you'll know the love that we have one for another. Verse 36 said, but Simon Peter asked him, Lord, where are you going? Jesus replied, where I'm going you cannot follow, but you will follow later. Peter asked, Lord, why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you. Then Jesus answered, will you really lay down your life for me? Very truly, I tell you, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. See, not only was Judas forfeiting his assignment, Peter did too. Now, he just told God, I'm going to lay down my life for you. But when warfare, in chapter 18, when warfare hit, they said, ain't you the disciple that was with Jesus? Oh, I don't know him. Now, but you just told the man, you were going to lay down your life for him, and he did it 3 times. And see, what am I saying? But when you go back to in the book of Acts, Peter was one of the main ones that helped draw souls back to Christ. But one thing what Peter did, he repented. He repented and said, it's me. I had an enemy. I got an enemy on the inside of me that I didn't like what you were saying. Come on. I had an enemy inside of me that hated the gospel of Jesus Christ. Come on. But now I'm ready to deal with it, and I know it's wrong, and God, I'm asking you to forgive me. See, we got to understand that we're going to be on our assignment. You got to stay on your assignment because the enemy is going to come at you every day to make you forfeit and change your mind. You know how one day you want the shoe, the next day you don't want the shoe. No, I'm going to go back and get them. Then the next day, no, I'm going to put them back. We go back and forth, and that's how some of us do with our relationships with God. Because when you don't do what that word say do, you forfeit your assignment. You stop being a believer when you rejected him. Turn your Bibles to Deuteronomy the 13th. See, this right here talking about following after others. See, we're going to get enough of following after others and listening to people want to try to tell us and they hear so much from God. It says even with these people who say that they are prophets. It says here, if a prophet or one, verse 1, Deuteronomy 13 verse 1, if a prophet or one who tells by or foretells by dreams appears among you and announces to you a sign or a wonder, and if the sign or wonder spoken of takes place, and the prophet says, let us follow other gods you have not known, and let us worship them. He said, you must not listen to the words of that prophet or dreamer. The Lord your God is testing you to find out whether you love him with all your heart and with all your soul. You see that? So even if a prophet tell you something that's true, but what they tell you wasn't true, but they said, but you know what? But you know what? If I were you, I ain't going to be around him. I just don't like their attitude. They giving you another doctrine to tell you to come up against leadership. I don't like what the supervisor said. Now they put it in your spirit to buck up against the authority figure. What do the Bible say about authority? You got to obey those, come on here, that have ruled over you. So they telling you, if I were you, now you know they telling you something true, but they suggested to you to rebel up against authority. He said that you better not follow up behind that. He said because God is testing you to see what's really in your heart. So you can't get caught with that she a prophet and she said that, so that must mean true. But what did that prophet tell you? What that prophet told you, did it draw you to God? Or did it draw you closer, or did it draw you away? So you got to be mindful what people are telling you. Just because they got a prophet, apostle, evangelist, teacher, pastor, you got some false pastors, you got some false teachers, you got some false evangelists, you got some false apostles. They will tell you a true and accurate word. But what's the motive why they told you? They can't stand you, Swan. What's the reason for telling you that? Was they telling you because they're genuinely concerned, or was they telling you to pit you against that person? Because when you discern they was trying to get you to pit against that person, you need to ask the Lord to uproot what was spoken into your spirit. Because if you do not uproot what's been spoken into your spirit, you have allowed yourself to be contaminated. You're being contaminated because, see, now the enemy have put stuff in your spirit. So now when you singing a song, guess what? Your song is coming out of a nasty place. It's coming out of a tainted place because you don't allow somebody to put evil in your spirit. You got to remember that the woman with the spirit of divination, these are servants of the Most High God. They servants of the Most High God. She was telling the truth about Paul. She was telling the truth. But the problem was her reason for telling the people. She was telling them to let them know, he's the one that'll cast the devil out of you. These are the ones right here. They ain't playing. They the real deal. She was like trying to put the light on there. You know what? Y'all better move. And see, we got to understand why people are telling you what they're telling you. Some people don't come and just tell you stuff because they're just concerned about you. And we got to understand, in the church, God is raising up a real remnant that loves him for real. He said, because here, when you look at verse 4, he said, you shall walk after the Lord your God and fear him and keep his commandments and obey his voice. You shall serve him and hold fast to him. But that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he has spoken in order to turn